Rosanna, and this is One Hand Can, a cooking lesson. And today I'm just doing the basics for how to cut an onion on an adapted cutting board that has 3 sharp pegs on it and a corner to help me pick stuff up. So here we go. I'm going to impale the onion on the pins, and then I cut off the non-root end. So the onion will basically stay intact until I cut it. I'm going to cut the onion in half, and then I'm going to unimpale it, remove the skin, so we end up taking off a couple of layers of skin. And then I'm going to take the skin off the other side as well. And you basically just rip it off and then try to get as much of the paper out of the way as you can, because it gets in your food and it's annoying because it doesn't get soft or dissolve or anything. It just kind of hangs out and tastes awful and looks awful. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to take my half onion and I'm going to impale it again on the nails. So this kind of caught before the 2 back nails and on the first nail. Then I'm going to carefully cut on a horizontal about 3 slices. And one more towards the bottom, that's the trickiest one. And then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut downwards, so that when I chop this, I have fairly small pieces. Once that's done, I take my knife and I just begin to run it on the edge and chop my onion. When I get to the nail, I go to the back side of the nail and I basically make one big chop, and then I take off the tail end. Move this all over to the middle of the board, and then I will continue chopping. I'm going to take out the root here. And then I just take my knife, and with leaving the pointy edge on the cutting board, I just lift the back side and chop. It's really imperative for you to have a very sharp, good knife to work with. Dull knives make your work a lot harder. It makes it a lot longer, and it makes it more difficult in general. So I just do this until my onions are the size I want them to be. And because I'm making chili, the onions can be fairly large. Alright, these look pretty good to me. And to get them off my knife, I can just run them along one of the pegs. And then I just kind of scoot everything over. Then I'm going to scoop up what I have with my flat scooper. It's not really a scooper. A lot of times this is used for baking, for cutting butter and that stuff. But I scoop it up, throw it in the bowl. And that's where the little sides on this cutting board come in so handy, because it gives me something to push against to get my ingredients up and in the bowl. And I'm going to do the other half of my onion the same way. Impale, cut on the horizontal. I go all the way around as far as I can to the nails. That gives me a lot of the onion meat that will be choppable while it's on the pegs. Then I slice downward. And then I begin to slice. Just chop down. And the bigger the onion, or the bigger the piece of material you're cutting, the bigger the knife should be. This is kind of my multi-purpose size. end, and that's dispatched rather quickly. I'm going to cut out the rib side on this, put everything together, and that's basic lesson number 1, how to chop an onion with an adapted cutting board, a really sharp knife in one hand.